Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, Memecoin recently got listed November of last year, so a little bit over, actually 4 months exactly, on the 4th. This cryptocurrency, what does it remind you of? All right, because it reminds me of AMC, man. AMC back in November of 2021. Like, what is going on, right? If you saw the last video on AMC, I talked about the stocks that had a correlation of squeezing and climbing in early January, right before AMC did its thing. In this case, the crypto markets do trade and have a correlation with the overall markets, but they tend to trade either behind or ahead. Right now, a lot of cryptocurrencies are trading ahead. They're in a advancing stage in the cycle. So I want to talk about this because I think it's pretty strange. Like, it's pretty strange that we have a cryptocurrency that 3 years later is basically replicating this sequence. We call this a cycle sequence. And it's super weird to me that the dates are almost lining up to a T. So we got November 8th on AMC, where there was that, I believe, the COVID news. That initial catalyst is what brought the price up, and then a couple of things happened here, some offerings. So catalyst, right? All that stuff, and then we have this massive move to the upside. Well, in the crypto markets, there are also meme coins, and that's the funny thing about this. This is a, like, literally meme coin. So it's not any cryptocurrency. That just makes it more strange. Is like the structure of the pattern and the name, the ticker meme, is super odd, super weird, and the timing. So on top of everything, the timing is also very strange. This is almost a one-to-one pattern. It's slightly larger, but again, that the time frame and the way crypto trades 24/7, this kind of makes sense. It makes sense because crypto is typically slower, takes a little bit more time. There's longer periods of distribution, accumulation, and then the rallies. Even the rallies take a little bit more time. So yeah, guys, here it is overlaid on top. I mean, just look at that. One of the first videos I ever posted was actually comparing Doge to AMC, and that clip, I still have that clip. It's on TikTok, but it basically went over the fact that the algorithm was following this specific sequence. And when I had brought up that video, this was early in the channel days, it was currently trading right here, and I was surprised that it was following the sequence because we saw a drop. It was like a pretty nasty drop. Now, I know there's going to be some of you that are going to think like, yo, this guy is projecting, the price to go up to these levels, all that stuff. But really what I want to talk about, I just want to show how strange this is, because it really is. And, the meme coin, the timing, AMC, it's January, like all that, we start to see these things develop not only on AMC's chart, but the crypto markets. That's going to add some validity to the not only the POIs that we have tracking right now for AMC, but also the crypto markets. And that's kind of the goal I have for this year. I want to shift over a little bit to some of these other opportunities in the market, because AMC in particular needs to turn around. We need to see that trajectory change. We need to have new levels of support established before the price becomes bullish, right? And putting pressure. There's a lot of things that need to happen for that to be good for some kind of potential squeeze scenario, right? That's the outlook here. But there's always opportunities in the market, and the way we find this is through the cycle analysis approach, which just takes into account structure of patterns, fractals, how things line up. I mean, think about it this way, right? We have this pattern here that has been identified. The way we narrow down the POIs here is what we call these major run-ups or drops of volatility, those are called POIs, okay, points of interest. And, similar to that Doge video, a POI, like a shorter term POI, would have been this drop here that happened, pretty quickly. We opened the video, we saw the update, and Doge was dumping. So, this is not a way to predict price action, in that, I don't trust all these patterns 100%. There's a lot that goes into it, and really that's what I focus on, is trying to narrow down whether the POI, I believe, has a higher chance of pumping or dumping, because a lot of the times when you get to these larger run-ups, you see the inverse effect take place. Okay, so for AMC, right, we have narrowed down these POIs on the macro chart. Right, on the macro chart for AMC, let's pull up the cycle. All right, I've already identified the just the way the cycle functions and where the POIs lie, and how this cycle works. And it's been narrowed down to 62-day cycle, 2-month cycle, and the first 13 to 15 days of that cycle is normally when we experience volatility. That's pretty much what how this whole cycle analysis thing started with AMC, was with the cycle and really this channel. So, taking this has been a way that I've used this specific approach here in the markets. It's the, and it's something similar to, so Wyckoff theory and cycle theory it's just an approach, and it's something that works for me. It's not something that needs to work for everybody. Again, it's a very new approach, and it's also an approach that is that different content creators and people doing the whole stock thing have different perspectives with, and that's completely okay, right? There is not one right answer in the markets. It's all about analysis and different approaches, stuff like that. Very important to take that different approach to see what works and what doesn't, right? So with that, guys, show you guys real quick the POIs we have with the cycle, and then come back to that chart. So here are, I'm just going to highlight them real quick so you guys can see. The start of the cycle here is going to be the green portion going into that blue portion. The only inverse POI, kind of going back to this whole thing, that I have seen is right here in July, right? We had that market after hour pump that then dumped, and then the price had that inverse squeeze. It goes basically after the split, you have the price go down. It's almost equivalent to what happened in June, backwards. All right, the price doesn't decrease 74%. Like, you have to flip that. The calculation is different when shorting. So you actually got to go up. And if you take it from the peak, it's basically 1,000% to the upside, but it's not going to show you that, right? It's not going to show you that on the bottom. And this happened right in the beginning of the cycle. Okay. The other times we have seen this happen, so right now the cycle its accuracy is 5 for 6, meaning that every time we have been inside this POI, 5 out of 6 times we have seen volatility take place. And that's a pretty strong correlation. The only time that that 1 out of 6 was July of 2023. Okay, so last year this massive pump happened in the after-hour session, and it happens outside of the cycle. So that was the error, right, that was caught. Now, the reason why I'm including this is to show you that there are flaws, with everything in the market. But one thing that one way to see it from like being an error in the cycle is, well, this happened in the after-hour session. It took 10 minutes. And then what happened after that, guys? It came back in sync. So the fact that it comes back in sync in the algorithm is very telling here. It's almost like, when we use the Fourier transform, okay, this is a calculation that basically dissects a chart, gives you multiple waves of it. They use this in sound engineering. They use multiple waves to detect where there is error. And this is a prime example of that. When you have that smooth curve, you smooth it out enough to see how the cycle works. And in this case, this is like a prime example of this being a error, right? It comes back in sync, and then the price comes down. So these things are kind of fed into the algorithm in a way, in my opinion. And the way that it just came back and then dumped after that, is very telling. So, nothing has really changed as far as the way the cycle works. The next POI comes up in February. So if there's going to be a chance, that's where I'm waiting for that opportunity. But in between, I personally don't like doing anything inside the cycle until the POI comes in, because that is where the opportunity lies. And then we look at all the technicals, everything else that that has to do with it. But yeah, guys, so that's the the gist of the way the cycle kind of works and the approach that I take. A lot of these different plays and outlook that I have in the market is on the Discord. So if you guys want to click the link below, it'll take you straight there. And there's a lot of different stocks and cryptocurrencies that we track. Okay, so here is the deal. Back with Meme. So based on this projection, okay, and this is just signaling out and spotting this POI here. Based on this, we used this already for Pepe on the initial run-up. It was trading, I'm going to say, the 1/10 of a penny on the 6 cent range, right? 1/10, going all the way up to that 15 cent range. So about a 300% move, was using the AMC cycle for that. And there's been a few other cryptocurrencies I've used the same sequence. So again, it just kind of narrows down the POI, potential POI right here for Memecoin. And yeah, I mean, that is the video, guys. So if you have any questions or comments, concerns, all that good stuff, drop it in the chat, man. I do read the comments. So good, bad feedback, whatever it is, drop it. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you on the next video, man. All right, take care.